All right, guys, real quick video. I learned something new today. Headspace, right? People have a general idea of what Headspace is. I've always had a general idea what Headspace is. Go, no-go gauges, field gauges, all that kind of jazz, right? That's the distance, the minimum and maximum allowable distance between the face of the bolt and the chamber, the shoulder of the chamber where it indexes off of an rifles right there. Okay, that's the maximum allowable, maximum minimum. But I did not know this until doing research when I was trying to repair my AK-103K. There are different standards for Headspace. Now, some people are going to be like, come in and be like, well, duh, didn't. No, what do I know? I don't know everything. I learned something new. And hopefully some people will, now, hopefully I can teach some people this that is new. So when I ordered these Headspace gauges, I said, oh, Headspace for 7.62 by 39 gauges, just pick them up. I bought them, and they are what is called CIP gauges. It even says, oh gosh, if I can see it, my old man eyes, 7.62 by 39 CIP. We got to go. And we have a no-go gauge, all right? CIP is like, you know, some type of Belgian, it's basically Europe's SAAMI, okay? If you know what SAAMI is like the Sporting Arms and Ammunition Manufacturers Institute to standardize the ammunition across the whole spectrum. So people can just, so if people want to start manufacturing ammo, they can just go to SAAMI. Specs are there from the total dimensions, the powder, the feet per second, the projectile weights, all that kind of stuff. That's why when you'll hear things like there's no SAAMI spec for 380 plus P, it's that type of stuff. So CIP is the European equivalent to that. And it's like the production in something arms. It's Belgium. You can look it up. But I just bought these and didn't know any difference. And I was reading around online, and apparently there are also SAAMI Headspace gauges. So the SAAMI Headspace gauges, speaking specifically of 7.62 by 39, it's my understanding, now somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it's my understanding that the SAAMI Headspace gauges, especially for the no-go, are just a little bit different. Now, there's people out there saying they will work both ways. Doesn't matter, the CIP and the SAAMI, because they're so close, they're close enough. And some people are saying, no, they're off enough that you have to be correct. So, oh, I wanted to show you this too. I have this Bellum ammunition real quick from, where is this made? In Serbia, I think it says. And if you see right there, see what it says right there? CIP. It says CIPM. So this is reloaded to CIP standards, which it's my understanding that all import AKs, now we're speaking about 7.62 by 39, but I think there is a difference. I think there's several calibers that will do it. But 7.62 by 39 specifically, the European imports are set to CIP standards. And I'm curious if the American ones, what American manufacturers, what are they using? Are they using the SAAMI Headspace gauges, or are they using the CIP Headspace gauges? Or do they try both? Now, I did see a video with Palmetto State Armory where they use a completely different set of gauges, which is even smaller, even tighter in tolerances, so that they know that their headspace is tight as heck from the factory. But the difference is specifically in, now there was a little bit of difference in the go gauges, but specifically in the no-go gauge, I read that the distance between the bottom here and the shoulder here is just a little bit longer. And this angle right here is 16 degrees on these. On the SAAMI ones, it's 17 degrees. So it is only 1 degree off, and it is a little bit longer. But people were saying, and I haven't had a chance to check this. I wanted to get a 762 by 39 SAAMI spec no-go gauge to check. But there were people saying that there are certain AK rifles out there that this no-go gauge, this CIP spec no-go gauge, will close on. Just barely. You gotta give it some, and it'll close on it. But if you use the SAAMI spec no-go gauge, it would not close on it because, again, of the 17-degree angle here and the slightly, now it's only like thousandths or 10,000ths. It's not that much. It's really not that much. But it is a little bit longer, up again, a little bit longer to that shoulder area right there. And this degree is 1 degree steeper, or it's 1 degree difference. So that's something I learned. I did not know that. I was like, well now. So I'm curious if the American-made AKs like PSA and what's some other ones, Century and some of the other ones, do they set their headspace to SAAMI spec? And do they make their manufacturers like AAC manufacturing their ammunition to SAAMI spec or to CIP spec? Because they are slightly different. Or do they just say, ignore it and go, they're close enough, it'll work? And maybe that's why they're having some of their problems, some of these companies. I don't know. Let me know. Did you guys know about this? I just found this out and that's cool. I learned something new. Being old, you know, you always got to learn something new. So there it is, guys. Let me know if you know anything about this subject, if I got anything wrong or whatever, if you're just finding out about this. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.